controllable action, insane over-the-top effects, smooth movement, amazing weapons, and bosses for as long as the eye can see. Does that sound like something you would jam with? Then my broski, look no further, because I got something that will massage every nerve in your system. Unyielder, my broskis, is one of the most insane first-person shooters out there. It doesn't take a whole lot to become good at it, but it takes a whole lot to actually master this game, making it the perfect game for a lot of different skill levels to feel absolutely bad to the bone with. But while it is pretty damn awesome in general, it's not without its flaws, so let's dive into it. In Unyielder, we take on the role as some weird-ass soldier that with some even weirder power revives at a certain pool in the hub world every time she dies. As stunned as we the player are by this, equally as stunned are the characters around us. But what do we use this power for? Well, to take back Erebus, that has gone completely rogue. Once it was a man-made heaven, now it is a battle zone that needs cleansing. And to cleanse it, we go from arena to arena killing massive bosses with the occasional non-voice acted and sometimes voice acted dialogue from different characters and bosses around us. Not too exciting stuff in terms of the story, but at least it's there and it gives a purpose to the world and our deeds in it, which sometimes is just enough. And I also like the fact that each of the characters in this game, they get a certain personality thanks to the story and how they interact with you. And that's a nice touch. The heat of the sun, the glowing of the light bulb, the combat, it is insane in this game. First of all, I love the graphics. It has a bit of a cel-shaded look, but leaning a bit towards the realistic side of things, mixed in with some anime, and with smooth animations to the weapons and bosses, some insane effects that do sometimes hurt the visibility like hell, but are at the same time so dang powerful and cool that I kinda like them more than they hurt. The arenas, they range from small to medium sized, with you and a boss, and sometimes the boss's minions. But the goal is always to take down the boss, seeing as it is a boss rush game. Luckily, there are plenty of bosses that range in mechanics, looks, health, damage, output, and movement. And what is extra impressive is how they are all able to traverse each arena with their unique movesets no matter the arena that you are in, for which boss you encounter is always random. My two complaints in the combat segment, however, would be that the game forces small cutscenes on you that are not skippable. For each new boss, there is a small cutscene, just a few seconds, but after the 50th boss, you want to just skip it. And then, during each of the boss's different stages, it forces a melee punch cutscene from you before it transitions to the next stage. Also, just a second or two long, but after enough playing, you just want to punch the boss and move on, as a member of the Discord phrased it. Now the main loop of the combat is to parry the bosses, and to do so they make a noise or show a glimmer of light before they are about to do an attack. If you either punch or shoot just at the right moment, you will parry them, meaning that you stun them, also making them drop health and ammo, which will be essential for your survival in this game. But if you shoot just a blink of an eye too early or too late, well, nothing happens in terms of parrying. And here is where the insane effects really can hurt the visibility sometimes, making it also harder to nail an already hard to nail parry. And I want to show you exactly what I mean, and I shall do that. But before, I just want to mention the shotgun. It's not the best in terms of visual or audio, but holy crap, it is insanely satisfying doing a parry with the shotgun. Holy crap, it will never not be satisfying doing a motherflipping parry with this shotgun. It is so nice doing a parry with this shotgun. So hopefully I captured some shotgun footage for what I am about to show you. I don't know yet because I haven't captured it. God damn, the shotgun is nice stuff. Now, Let me show you some raw combat from this game, where I will show you the visual clutter, I will show you the awesome animations, I will show you the fluid movement, I will show you the bosses clipping through environments, I will show you everything that I've been talking about. It's not gonna be long, just a few minutes, but I do hope you enjoy. First of all, there aren't many permanent upgrades to talk of. You have 4 skill trees that increase health, damage and ammo capacity. And then we have 5 different characters with 1 special ability each that can be upgraded. As an example, the first character has a grappling hook, and that is about it. Weapon-wise, you always start off with the standard pistol that has 1 perk to it. Later on, you find new weapons or upgraded versions of the same weapon with additional perks to them. And you can start with one of these weapons if you reach an hub world in the middle of your run. Then you can store the weapon you want to save in your vault, but then you can't use that weapon anymore in the current run if you stored it. And if you start a new run, pick the weapon that you saved, and you die with it, well, it's gone forever. And personally, I feel like there could be a better way to at least let you upgrade the weapons that you find as permanent upgrades or something similar, instead of storing them and losing them altogether, which just ends up being frustrating. Now, when it comes to the run-specific upgrades, aka the perks, they go a bit more wild and crazy, and you can stack them indefinitely, which is pretty cool, especially since there is an endless mode that you can grind in this game. Meaning you can become a damn powerhouse if you're lucky and you put the time into it. But for what the game is, it has a few flaws here and there, but I think it is a super cool game with combat that is both satisfying, fun and fluid. Yeah, there are a few visual glitches here and there with bosses clipping through floors or walls, but nothing that broke the game. Yeah, sure, the visibility does hurt you sometimes with all the crazy effects, but freaking hell, the game tries to be unique. They can fix that. They can fix that. It goes a little bit over the board, but I don't mind it too much. It would have had a better flow if you weren't hurt visually sometimes, but I mean, like, I want it gone, but I want it to stay. I'm so conflicted in regards to that. However, the progression, I feel, needs a massive overhaul. It needs to be a lot more rewarding. Seeing as the game is a roguelike, it needs to keep the players engaged and hooked with dopamine, not frustration of having to start all over. But when it comes to gaining permanent upgrade points, you don't have to grind all that much. The game is quite rewarding in that sense, but the things that you can unlock don't feel like they make a massive impact until you have unlocked like 20 of them. It is a massive improvement comparing it to the demo, however. A massive improvement. And I didn't really mention it prior to it, but there is an insane amount of weapons in this game. I think there's like 30 different weapons or something like that, 25 maybe. There is an insane amount of different weapons, and they all feel extremely well designed, or at least the ones that I've played with so far. And looking at the others, they don't seem like they are lesser designed than any other weapon. And the same goes for the bosses. There is an insane amount of bosses, and each of these bosses must have taken a lot of time and thought into creating them, because they feel well thought out. So hopefully we get to see an awesome update in the future, because everything that I just mentioned can be tweaked and it can be adjusted with future updates. So I personally hope that we get to see what I personally like. You don't have to agree with everything that I said, but this is my experience. so far of the game. I haven't finished it yet. Nonetheless, I would still recommend this game. It is unique enough and it has enough satisfaction, fluid movement and awesomeness to it that it does justify its price tag of $25. And I also hope that I justified a subscription from you, so hit that subscribe and like, and thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. You are bloody awesome. Over and out, my broskies.